Welcome to the OJ Power Hour. We are back once more. They keep letting us do this, and I'm going to keep saying that until they don't let us do it.
Until they don't let us do it. Wait a minute. Am I us now?
Yes, let's say yes. So,
Yes.
as here we are again, of course, I am one half of your host with the most from this semi-snowy East Coast Oslo, joined here with my good buddy Jay Scheidel. We're back again. Jay, how have things been? It's been busy.
It has been
You
crazy.
especially.
Yes. It's spring break, it's other things, building a house, all of the above. It's awesome.
See, you call it spring break. Up here we call it March break.
I think it's like winter break if you just said it was snowing.
It's Canada.
I turned off the gas the other day because we're done with the heater out there.
Man, there are days I wish I was you. We had nice sunny weather and then a snowstorm, so much that they canceled school. So yeah,
Nice.
It's been for you. It's a free day off, isn't it?
Usually, we're kind of going virtual now, but yeah.
We technically have spring. It's just about that big, and it's back-ended by snow and front-loaded with bugs, heat, and hurricanes.
See, I think we call this false spring here because I know it's going to turn back like cold in like 3 or 4 days. It's going to happen.
Smarchtober weather, right?
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
But
yeah. So tonight we have 2 guests. That's right. We're doubling up this time. We have the new Duckling Dawns. That's right. As many of you have seen, there has been a transition around who is going to take the Duckling program on.
Mm-hmm.
Ceres and Luffy still around. They're still around. Yep. But they have passed off some of the responsibilities to DM Stewart and Rax. So we are going to have a sit-down chat with the new Dawns, see how they feel about the new class of Ducklings, about the program, all that fun stuff. But before we do, what's the time for, Jay?
Lupa.
Lupa 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 lupa. Lupa 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 lupa. Lupa 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 lupa.
Lupa indeed. So we are back. Jay, do I have to get the translation service in here again? I don't want to have to do it, but I will if I have
I am half slap happy tonight. Anyway, hi guys.
Hello. We are joined by our new Duckling Dawns, Rax and DM Stewart. Welcome to you both. It's great to have you on.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you for having us on.
Oh, we appreciate we always love new people stepping up to try to take some responsibilities away from some of the more busy members of the community. And yeah, so with that, this is a perfect segue. So I guess we'll just kind of go around the room here. So we'll start with Rax. How did you happen upon the randomizer? What was your path to where you are now?
I don't actually remember what I was trying to watch on YouTube. But it showed me Final Fantasy Randomizer instead, and I was like, "Oh, sure. You know what? I'm like doing dishes or something. I'll put this on, see what it's about." And I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." I watched like all of a winter tournament while I was, on lunch breaks at work and doing stuff around the house, that kind of thing. And then I was like, I guess I should join the Discord maybe. And then went through the Duck program, and then actually sort of like stepped away for a while. I was like, oh, that was super fun. All right, well, maybe I'll come back to that sometime. And then I did the Duck program a second time, and I was like, I have the itch now. I want to get good at this. And I've at least somewhat succeeded, I think, which has been really rewarding. And now I want to help other people do it too.
Yeah. Fantastic. DM Stewart, how about yourself? How has your path in the randomizer been?
Boy, I started with randomizers a long number of years ago. about 2013-ish, so more 12 years ago.
Okay.
With the Link to the Past randomizer.
Mhm.
That's, I think, a lot of people's entry in is Link to the Past randomizer. And then got involved with a couple of other randomizers. Saw the free enterprise randomizer. Got involved and started to enjoy that some. And then somehow, I don't even remember how, I saw the Final Fantasy I randomizer, and part of it was that it did so much to make all of the broken full things from the vanilla game not broken and not awful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying our game is broken?
I'm saying the vanilla unmodified game is broken.
Oh, it is held together with duct tape, chewing gum, and just the teeniest bit of Elmer stick glue. The one that doesn't work. The knockoff version.
And for the longest time, I did not even attempt to race because I didn't think I was good enough to even try. Would have liked to actually done a couple of Duckling program or two, but the timing just never worked out. It always ended up happening at a time that I couldn't do the runs. But I've gotten better at racing, more confident in actual racing, and even more than that, I've gotten to where I can understand and read a flag set. And I used to be a school teacher years ago. I'm now not, but that got me the idea of, well, I can teach some of the things that I've learned, and that will help other people to get in and enjoy this randomizer that I also enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Well, I'll say that's almost a great segue into our next little topic.
Yeah, it is. I was about to say that. Yeah, so getting yourself promoted to the Dawns. What was the path for that? So I guess we'll go back to Rax because it seems to be working. You're right below the other thing, so perfect.
Awesome. I've got to step across and do something in the kitchen. I'll still have the headset on now.
You get what you got to do. So yeah, Rax, how did you come about your promotion to Duckling Dawn?
Well, so I won the Duckling Rally, and in the feedback form for the Duckling Rally, I was just so excited, and so I was like, "This is so great! I want to help out. If you ever need someone to vet some flag sets or whatever, or come in and do a run on the duck program, that'd be awesome." And 2 days later, I get a DM from I think it was Saracen first, who was like, "Hey, you
said something."
Yeah.
That sounds like Saracen. It does.
Yeah, and I was like, sure. And it's been a little intimidating just jumping in, but the fact that Saracen and Luffy are still around, we did the first stream on Sunday together. That was really cool, and so it's an opportunity to have that handoff without just being like, "Plop, good luck."
It's all yours. Good luck.
Yeah.
Done.
And it seems really good to have more people in the community who have experience doing the thing and who can help out. And it's, I don't know, I don't have as much of a formal teaching background. I was in grad school for a while, so I had to teach undergrads things. But I do like helping people learn. And so, I don't know, I think it's really fun. I think getting to be on this side of it is fun after going through it and learning everything. And well, maybe not everything. I feel like I'm still learning. I think almost all of us are. There might be one or two people who have just that encyclopedic knowledge, and they are very wonderful for us in the community in that way.
So, what have you found like behind the scenes and stuff now to be like the most like fun or like the most intimidating? It's a little bit different on the planning side of a committee than it is playing it. So like, what's been your experience so far?
Oh, that's a good question. The planning side of it really, like, simultaneously, it is so structured, and also some of the details is just like, it's like, we sat down and we're like, these are all the things we need to teach. Like, we have these different flag sets, we have these different things, these are the things we want to run in the actual competition. That means that we need to teach all this stuff. And then some of it's like pretty structured, and then it was like, yeah, we did a Wednesday flag for week 4. You want to just like do something? And it's like, oh, I guess this makes sense because at some point you just got to figure it out. But the combination of structure and chill, it's remarkably chill. I like it.
I know once a couple of years ago, Saracen showed me his what lesson plan. I guess it was just a Google Doc with like, oh my god,
the planning the planning matrix.
Yeah.
It's this is why I code and I don't teach.
This is why I teach music. I count to 4 over and over and over.
That's very fair.
Sometimes 6. Sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jay, you gotta be able to count a little higher than that.
Details. But yeah, so anything else from behind the scenes here while we wait on DM for just a little bit? Like what are you getting excited about? What have you seen? Just some things that like maybe not spoil or anything, but what do you got coming up? What are you liking?
We have a couple things. I'm forgetting what's public now, so I'm not going to say anything super specific. But we have a couple things coming up that are less commonly run flag sets. Things that show up every once in a while and people seem to have fun, but probably wouldn't be an everyday sort of thing. You wouldn't run a winter tournament in this. People would be like, oh my god, no. But getting to do it every once in a while is good, and getting familiarity with those different modes, I think, is really good. Like, I love some of the random async runs and silly things that people are like, hey, try this. The randomizer can do this. And I think that sharing that is really valuable.
Well, I thought we had a DM for a second, and then he walks away, and then he's come back, and then he's, ping pong.
Up, ping pong, up. We'll get there.
I realized my phone was on the kitchen counter.
Nice.
Oh, good. So yeah.
Yeah.
On to you, DM Stewart. What has been your promotion to a Dawn? How did it come about? How do you feel? What are you excited about?
I realized after 2 Duckling, basically 2 summer tournaments ago, so not this past summer, but the previous, I realized, I'm either going to run the next Duckling, I'm either going to run Duckling 2024, or I'm just going to declare myself a platypus and be done with it. And it worked out that I couldn't run it, so I just declared myself a platypus and I was done with it. But again, I used to teach high school. Strangely enough, I used to teach math at the high school that is the high school where Scheidel teaches, where Scheidel is the band director's big rival.
No.
Yeah, we are interstate rivals, or were interstate rivals.
Oh, wow.
Didn't know at the time.
Didn't know it at the time.
But
yeah.
Yeah,
so
how do you go from promoting yourself now to a Dawn?
So when I did that, I talked to Saracen, because I've been talking with Saracen for years. I've done a lot of commentary over the years. I've done a lot of assistance with various things of running things, rolling seeds, running the race rooms, a lot of the administrative things. And having a bit of a teaching background, I said something to Saracen about, I noticed you've been Duckling Dawn for several years now, would you be interested in having an apprentice to maybe take over when you don't want it, when you're tired of doing it? Because I've seen enough enough volunteer organizations, people get burnt out, and that's never something you never want to put someone in a position where they're going to get burnt out. So it was more of I want my friend to not get burnt out. I want my friend to have a backup plan. And I was expecting to understudy he and Luffy this year, and maybe next year, and maybe then take a partial role the year after. But it was, hey, here you go.
Have fun.
So I guess kind of in the same vein, anything from behind the scenes that you've been like, oh, hey, this is different, or this is fun, or oh, I didn't know this would happen.
That's a lot of it is figuring out how to plan the flag sets, the actual boot camp flag sets, to make sure that they hit everything that the Ducks will need to know for the Derby and the Derby finals. It is not a secret that the Derby finals flag set is the winter tournament flag set.
Yeah, tradition.
No, that's always done, yeah.
That is tradition. Tradition. So figuring out a planned curriculum to get to everything that's in those winter tournament flags was very interesting.
Yeah, because those had some interesting things changed and moved around on them.
Yes,
yeah, they did. That was, yeah.
So then I guess kind of in finishing up the same vein, like, what are you excited about? Don't spoiler anything. You know, we obviously said we know what the finals are, but what are you excited about? What do you have in there that you've seen that you're like, I can't wait until they see this, even if I can't tell it to you?
Well, so another tradition is that the first three flags, 101, 201, and 102, are based around the three melee carries. So we've had our fighter week. Last night we had the ninja week class, and tonight, right after the power hour, we'll have the ninja week race. So please stick around for that. And sorry, shameless plug.
No, plug that all you want. We're not stopping you.
Which obviously means that the 102 flag is my favorite melee carry. The black belt. The punch mage.
You mean tonight's flag set? The best melee?
No. Tonight's flag set is the worst melee.
Oh.
Wow. You heard it here first. Exclusive.
Ninjas can run, and other than that, they're a worse version of the fighter.
Ooh, controversy tonight. All right, I like
where's Bloodworth? Where's Bloodworth? I need help.
Hey, if
Do
you were
not call the Bloodworth.
if you were in that race, if you were in the class last night, you heard me say it last night too.
Well, I mean, listen. I've been a black belt guy for years. I always will be, so I can't say much.
I will say I have built the melee flag sets. I know Rax has built several of the flag sets. Rax and I have collaborated on a couple of them. I think all of the flag sets for the Duckling boot camp are going to be very amusing. Are going to be a lot of fun.
So, chat is calling for us to spoil something. So, Rax didn't quite say that there's going to be a change, but you got a small spoiler? Anything that you care to, like, wage Saracen's wrath at?
Yeah, well, technically Saracen's not in the room. I've been checking. He hasn't showed up yet. You're free to do whatever you want.
And you can blame Ale. I mean, it's all Ale's fault.
I mean, you can technically blame us because it's an OJ Power Hour exclusive, so you know.
I don't spoil. I do not do spoilers.
We will not be pressuring anyone.
I am too much of a science fiction fan. I'm too much of a science fiction fan. I'm too much of a movie fan. I do not do spoilers.
So we turn the thumb screws to the other side of the camera.
So I think that I have something vague enough that I can say it, but that will make people like if they really want to go dig through things. Because I know when the last time I was in an event, I actually watched the podcast about the rally specifically to be like, can I learn anything about the flag sets? I have a giant spreadsheet about what it might be. And so the only thing I'll say is that you are probably going to see something that you have seen before. And I'll leave it at that. But when you're seeing things, you might see them again.
Okay.
Oh god, it's all transmoog, isn't it?
You know, it was just time for a little bit of a change.
Oh. Broken change is still change. I mean, I like Wildham's idea, so just base Vanilla Thief. Perfect.
Yeah, no.
That would definitely be the worst. I don't think there's even an argument.
I will agree with that one, yeah.
There you go, Jay. There's the Sid v. Sid again. Remember how fun that was?
Renoa would murder us.
Yeah.
All three.
I don't remember who Renoa was, so let's leave it at that.
Okay.
Actually, I will give one small spoiler.
Oh.
It will be it's regarding the Duckling seed that is based on the 102 flag set, the black belt flag set, will have a plus hit % bonus on the black belt. Because I'm vetting the seed, I can guarantee that it will have that.
Rolling a million seeds so you find one.
Yep.
Again, it's just another thing in the background. Us devs are hard at work. Some of us. Sometimes I'm hard at work. Occasionally. So, features are coming. I promise. I promise features are coming. Maybe.
There's already so many features. We can keep ourselves entertained for a while.
And more.
Oh, there's always more. So.
Yes, exactly, Macklin.
24 hits, yep. So, now that you are both the new Dons, what other than what the program already does, which is amazing. It's a great program that really helps out new runners. Is there anything new you want to accomplish with the program? Something that you're going to start pushing?
One thing.
Rax, I suppose.
Yeah, that I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this yet. So if folks have ideas, I'd love to hear them, and I should probably open the chat at some point when I'm not talking. But I think that we do VOD reviews. They're great. They're a great way for people to learn, a great way to share expertise. But we tend to do them just watching the video straight all the way through. I want to play with like fast forwarding and pausing and going and like looking up tables and that kind of thing, because in a VOD you have the opportunity to do that. And I know like doing commentary, often I'm like, I wish I could just pause here and talk about this moment for like 3 minutes, because this is one of the most interesting choices that you have in this run. But you just got to keep going. And then in a VOD review, you can say, okay, here's the really interesting choice. So let's like pause here, talk about this choice, what you might do, what you did here, like what the benefits of that were, what the downsides were, and maybe even like do some math. I know you're not supposed to do math on Twitch, so I'll probably get it wrong. But to say, like, you know, if you're trying to find this incentive item and you make the decision, like, do you go left or right? You have the canoe. Like, how many incentives are there? What are the chances that you get there? What are the chances that you're going to get an item and have to turn around versus an item that's better to keep going? I don't even know the answers to those questions, like, when I'm playing. And I think that learning that and building that habit could be good, not just for Ducks, but for everybody.
Do I see an occasional OJ special? Pull Rax on and do it?
This platform is of use for every single thing that you could possibly imagine. We have, you name it, we've probably plugged it at least once.
We might have to be in conversation about that.
Yeah, well, you know where to find us. Well, we don't go far. How
Dear
about
God, dear God, Rex, I love that idea for VOD reviews.
Look
I
at
just
that.
think it would be cool. I think it use the advantages of not
Mhm.
being live, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, especially if the actual runner is in the booth with
Yeah.
in the booth for the VOD review.
Like,
Then-
what
then
were
you
you
can-
thinking here? And here are the
Yes.
what you should have done. Well, should have mathematically, or yeah.
Yes, here's the mathematically optimized play.
Or
Here's
hey, that felt really bad to bounce out of there, but you realized that was a 3 and 256 shot that got you. Like
Yeah.
what you did was the right play. It just felt bad at the moment because Brack hit through a ribbon.
Does happen.
oh, you mean like happened to Chanigan last night?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I gotta go back and watch
More
that.
than once.
He's not in the chat, so I don't think he is. No,
In
he's not. So we
March.
can talk about him. We can talk about him. Poor Chanigan. Poor Chanigan.
No business getting 3 and 256.
Ugh.
It does happen though, but that's one of those things that it's rare, but it happens. So I guess we should pass ourselves on. Rax, as you've both you, Rax and DM Stewart, you both ran the Duckling program. You did all that fun stuff. What's just coming up with the Derby and the boot camp? What's some advice you'd like to pass along to the new Ducks?
I think the biggest piece of advice I have is don't worry if the first time through you have a lot of trouble. Like, if you have the time to really get good right now, or if you're the kind of person who has already played like 6 different randomizers and you just really need to learn this one, you can absolutely show up in the Duck program and come all the way through. But if you got a lot going on and you only have time to run some of the flag sets and you run like 3 of the races in the Derby, don't feel like, oh, I failed at this. You took the first step. And now you have a basis of skills you can use the next time. Or even for one of the other events if you want to get, a little out there and give it a shot.
Great way to look at it. Yeah. DM Stewart, any advice you'd like to pass?
A lot of it's a lot of the same that Rax had, but even almost a little more to say. It's important to be able to tell the difference between getting unlucky and making a bad choice.
Yeah. That's a very
and only experience gets you there.
Yeah.
It's true. That
Yeah,
is
good point.
100% true. All right.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it, Jay.
Oh no!
You know what?
I'll say let's get on to the next one because, like DM said it later, we've got the race we had signed up for. So we're gonna make this one not a shorter podcast, but a little bit shorter, so we can get our everything set up for the next run. So
Yeah. We're gonna try to do some quick and dirty stuff now, right, Jay?
yep. Good luck.
Thank you. As you all know, we have the pulp questions that our people always get asked. Every guest gets asked. Now, this being the first time we've had Rax and DM Stewart on, we did kind of resurrect some of the old questions from the past, but we are going to have some of the new ones. So once again, rapid fire, try to answer as fast as you can. If you can, we'll start with Rax and move to DM Stewart. So first and foremost, this is a very important question. We're going to start with the hard question first. Bubbles, carbonate or not? Rax?
I had been on no, but in honor of hate, I have started.
DM Stewart?
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
We're keeping track of this, so it's good to have. All right, Rax, Hooray Dwarf. Are you saving or not?
It's up to the Hooray Dwarf what happens to the Hooray Dwarf. I'm just going to turn in my items.
So we kind of call that saving then? Just ignore him?
I guess.
Okay, yeah, well, if you ignore him, he lives. DM Stewart, kill the Hooray Dwarf, save the Hooray Dwarf.
Save the Hooray Dwarf.
That's the perfect answers. We are
The Hooray
4-0.
Dwarf is happy. We want happy.
Okay. Rax, you are forced to take one of these spells. Soft, slow, fear, dark. What are you taking?
Fear, because it's funny with Xfirm.
It is funny with Expert. I do love doing that. It is hilarious. DM Stewart, what are you going to take?
It depends on what level I need the spell slot.
Well, fair. Very
I
fair.
know, you got to pick one, though. Come on.
But you're forced. Like, one of these is going to be shoved in your spell slot somewhere.
Again, it depends on where I need. It depends on if it's opposite somewhere I need 3 spell slots.
Forced to take one. Come on, you can't choose out of it.
Yeah. We put the screws peel before for less.
What were my 4 options?
You have slow, soft, fear, and dark.
Is the dark actually works flag on?
Let's say yes. It
Then
still doesn't
dark.
hit because it still doesn't hit worth crap most of the time.
It doesn't hit worth anything, but if it actually does hit, it does something.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
So,
all right. So, which is worse, buffed pirates or buffed Astos?
Buffed pirates.
buffed pirates.
Pirates. Okay, that's okay. What's your favorite way to kill Garland?
Rub.
Jay, did you make a mistake again?
Did I make a mistake? No.
I didn't hear Rax's answer. That's what I'm saying. Did we drop a cable again?
Rax said rub.
Yeah, I
Rub?
rub.
Maybe it's just my computer sucks. Okay, fair enough. Rub is fun. DM Stewart.
Zap.
That's fun.
Zap if it's a low scaling. If it's a low boss HP scaling flag. Punches if it's a high boss HP scaling flag.
Chaos box. Garland boxing. Everyone's favorite sport. What is a feature that you would either like expand it or add it to the randomizer?
Full Plando.
Oh.
Jay, stop. Stop. Spoiler alert, parts of Plando are being worked on in the back end. I'll tell you that. We're getting there. We're getting there. As long as it doesn't break the beta.
I think that mine that's an awesome one, and I would have picked that one if I'd thought of it. But I think for me, like, sometimes you re-roll a bunch of seeds trying to find a specific blursing. And if there were a way, like, even at the JSON level, to just say, just give the thief plus hit or something so that I can have this, like, funny seed that I want to have, that would be cool.
Boy, are you going to love the version of Plando I'm working.
Oh, boy!
That is where I put all my effort the past year, is getting that ready to go. So it's not ready yet. We're hoping to have some testing done soon. But yes, maybe in the future you will be able to select your blursings for each individual class. Right? We devs do try. Once again, shout outs to Wildham for letting me do things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is actually a great segue. What is the best and the worst blursing you can see?
I mean, I think the best is just Telemagic.
Telemagic is pretty good. Pretty good.
And the worst is probably the worst, like, blessing, I would say, is the one where the black belt gets to promote and still get hit percentage, because why are you promoting? You have a black belt.
True. All right.
Black belt with armor or swords.
Yeah, that's black belt legendary swords. Nope.
Hey, it's great for the grind.
I'm punching everything.
Exactly. Yeah, but you got to get up to it. So you got to have that Excal on him until he gets there, and then take it off and go to the moon.
So does that mean that the worst one, in your opinion, is the black belt unarmed on?
Say again?
Because that's a bad one.
Yep, it's your net. The black belt what?
Oh, it's the black belt doesn't get his unarmed until promotion.
Oh, that's terrible.
Has no one run into that yet?
I have not ever run into that.
It's a rare malice, but it does exist. Where until you promote, the black belt does not get the unarmed bonus.
Oh,
Yeah, that exists.
that's evil.
That's awful.
Mechlin
Yeah,
has it's a black belt killer.
I've seen it too. It nerfs. It puts the black belt into just a do not take category. It is an absolute disaster. Fun though. So.
And it's still
Heard it here first.
And it's still better than a vanilla thief.
True. I don't know.
We'll talk later.
You only get 2 sets of nunchucks, and they both aren't. All right, we're gonna get a little scenario here. You have a level 20 party, thief, fighter, white mage, black mage. You run into Warmech on the Bridge of Destiny. Are you fighting him?
Am I promoted or not?
Hmm.
Have I already promoted or not?
Nope.
No.
No promotion.
No, I don't have the survivability.
Okay.
I feel like it depends on the scaling.
Mhm.
Like, I probably would run because that's the safe play. But if the scaling was such that I felt like I needed another 5 or 10 levels, I might take the risk.
Well, Ale is happy with one of you. Ale throwing shade again. Does the war chicken have nuclear? You won't know until you fight him.
Yeah.
If it's vanilla script, no. Like, the answer is no in almost all cases. But
Does.
if it's random, like, and I need the levels, or I think it's going to help make Topher better, like, taking the chance is tempting.
I like Ale's response. The correct question is, am I on stream?
I mean, not wrong.
He's not. You do it for the lulz. You do it for the lulz. All right. So with that, I will get on to the final question of the Pulp. Basically, a question that is crafted for our 2 guests. It'll be the same for both of you. As the new Duckling Dawn, what is one thing that you are looking forward to being able to do now that you have the control? I had to ask.
Unlimited cosmic power.
EDV
living space.
Yeah, okay. I did. Tough question, I know.
I think I'm excited to have the opportunity to mix up the lesson plan in the future.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if it will be right to do because we haven't done it yet. But I'm excited both for learning why things are the way they are, and then being like, well, if I think we should really cover the black belt first, then we can talk about that. I'm not inclined to say that one's right, but just sort of that thing of being like, is this actually the right order?
I think I agree with Rax on that one. It's fine tuning the lesson planning.
Fantastic. I mean, I am certainly looking forward to seeing the new way things work with the new Dawns in charge. I think it's going to be great. I absolutely enjoy seeing more people from the community moving up the ranks, doing the programs, and contributing to the server as a whole. I mean, there's been a lot of new people in the past couple of years that I've been here, and a lot of you have stepped up, and a lot of you have done great work, and I can't wait to see the next batch of people to come up.
And it's just always nice to get new blood in. So, like, if we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over, a definition of insanity, right? It may work, but it's always nice to just get something new in. So, like, thank you guys for doing everything.
It's the same thing, like holding up a defense sword and holding up a defense sword.
And pause Oslato, bye.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me.
But
I like to
Yep.
let's pass along what Ale said though. As Ale says, a Duckling Dog, I want to thank you for teaching a new class. It's one thing often with the randomizer is an ever-changing monster. Some of the niche lessons from years ago might not apply anymore. Ale's
Yeah.
100% right. It wasn't 13. It was 6 hits for 29 damage. Trust me, I ain't gonna forget that. No one.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah. No,
Ouch.
sure.
I was actually going to say our next segment that we're going to talk about would include these two very, very well. Because we've been trying to bring in a little Duckling learning segment or something to teach our new players something about the game that like maybe comes up occasionally that you don't know, or like, oh, hey, I should know that, but I don't yet because I'm new.
It happens a lot.
Oh, yeah. So I think today, we're going to talk a little bit about boss scaling and, more importantly, their default HP. We hear a lot like, hey, your boss scaling is at 120%. Awesome! 120% of what?
We will cover that in just a moment.
I already shot it over.
You gotta tell me these things when I'm doing 60 things at once here.
Why aren't you watching?
Because I was trying to deal with Ale's suggestions.
Oh, ignore Ale. We all do.
I can't. It's too good. It's too good. He wants me to recode Chaos.
Okay, ignoring Ale. So, the basic boss scaling. I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I always remember it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, if you just count and you go Lich, Carry, Kraken, Tia, it's 400, 500 for Lich, 600, 700 for Carry, 800, 900 for Kraken, 10, 11 for Tia. For Tia. And so you can just count
Nintendo
from
Power
4.
lied to us, didn't they?
What did Nintendo Power say?
I could have sworn that they were multiplied by 2 for the refights.
Oh,
that would not surprise me for Nintendo Power, to be honest. That guide was iffy at best. Like,
but yeah,
not good.
That guide had the chaos floor mirrored vertically.
Oof.
That seems about
I
right.
remember that guide.
Okay.
I used to have that guide.
So did
I
I.
have it laying around somewhere that I'm going to find. It's in like 5 pieces.
Yeah, it probably fell apart long ago.
Well, and I got it from a friend a long time ago, and they had written in like, oh, this is what you use for this is what you use for that, and it was so wrong. But still.
Well, I mean, use a fire to protect from nuke. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
But going back to the scaling, if you know this, and like I said, I try to use mnemonics or whatever, I know there's 4 fiends, and they start with 400 HP. And then you just remember the order that you fight them in vanilla. So it's Lich, and then Lich 2, Carry, and Carry 2, Kraken, Kraken 2, so on. And to me, that just helps it out. And so if you're wondering where you are, and then you can just double it or half it or whatever, try to figure out where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it doesn't come up all that often.
Mm-hmm.
But if your scaling does change, you kind of want to know where you sit. Chaos base HP of 2,000. Okay, what are my scalings? I believe for this it is between 70 and 150. So you can get an approximation.
Well, and that's one of the one reasons we wanted to bring this up, is that means the average, I believe, is 102 tonight.
It is.
So you can probably assume your fiends are going to have 400, 500, 600, 700 HP. And then obviously some will be higher, some will be lower. You might get the one-shot nuke in on Lich, sorry. So if Lich shows up with a 70% HP and has, what would that be, 300 and something? Like, yeah, sure.
Don't do math on stream.
I'm not doing math on stream.
You guessed. Mech, when the Chaos is 2,000, War Mech is 1.
Yeah.
70% would be 280.
See? We said no math on stream.
No. I'm not doing math on stream. You shouldn't do math on stream. Everything else is free.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 10% are easy.
Yeah. But This site that I've got pulled up here, like if you guys have not been to Guides like Game Corner, it's a pretty
Great.
decent one to show just what you're looking at. You can come in here, see what HPs would be, what you're going to get. Obviously, the randomizer is going to change some of this stuff, but it kind of gives you a rough idea on what you're playing with and what you're checking out.
Yeah, that Game Corner guide is fantastic. It's what Nintendo Power should have been,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't. Oh, it was. But yeah, so we've gone over our Duckling minute. I will make a note that we did. There was a bug found in the last beta version of the randomizer. It has been fixed and patched, so it's doing well. It works again.
Cool.
There are many more features as we've already planned out for the near distant future. So yeah, keep an eye out. Always check the beta site. Sometimes it changes. Always fun stuff. If you're curious, there's at least 2 new fiends in the pool. So it's check it out. Take a look around. Fantastic.
But I think we need to get ready to go set up for a race over here. So I'm going to try to push us towards the end here.
No, you're right. So
I would say we do have a few announcements here to end with.
yeah, I was going to say we got a few announcements. Once again, the Duckling Boot Camp, the Derby, still time to get involved. Absolutely. April 13th, Lefanian Ladder. It is Ladder. Will start again with Chanigan in charge. So
because there are some changes.
Marathon submissions. The summer marathon's coming up. We're going to start looking for submissions pretty soon. By all means, if you have a game you want to run, submit it once again. I believe it's still the Liam Foundation this year, so by all means, get your donations in, get your incentives in. If you want to punish Darkmoon by making him read puns after one another, we will always take those. They're always good to hear.
I think I heard something about making Darkmoon eat something too at the live event. So hey,
listen, I said I will send Donair sauce down. I don't have a problem sending you a package of Donair sauce. Next week we're going to have something very special. We are going to go we're still on Thursday. Next week
it should be the last one. I'm the bad person here.
Should be. I mean, listen, we're going to do the best that we can. But next week, it's going to be a look at the inner workings of the randomizer itself. We're going to be showing off some of the code with me, your junior dev Oslodo, showing you around, doing some, taking a look at some of the interesting parts of the code and some fun stuff.
And we'll do the same thing just right before the race, and then we'll transition off to the Duckling race.
Yep. So I mean, if you want to come hang out and take a look at the FFR and ask some questions. I mean, I can't answer all of them. Shoutouts to Wildham again. But I can try my best. Probably going to focus a lot on the stuff that I added to the rando and some of the stuff I understand really well, because there are some stuff in there that still not 100% of. But yeah, again, thanks everybody for supporting us, supporting the OJ Power Hour. Thank you to both of the Duckling Dons, Rax and DM Stewart, for joining us today. We always love to have more people on. Once again, the mailbag is posted in our thing. Send in anything you want us to answer. We didn't get to our mailbag today, but
we did
next week
we have one. We'll get to it next time.
We do have it. Don't you worry. We will keep that in mind. Once again, thank you to the community for allowing us to keep doing this. We will keep doing it until you tell us to stop.
But we're going to transition on over to the Duckling Boot Camp here in a second. So we're going to fade out of here, let our theme go out, and then we'll head over that way in a second. No need to change channels. We'll be right back with you.
We will indeed.